Hi guys, Howzit? Welcome trek amol to everyone. Kia ora to the Kiwi Fono I have on here. Once again, thank you guys for the continued support of this channel. I really do appreciate each and every one of my followers, regardless of whether you're from New Zealand, Australia, South Africa, UK, or anywhere else in the world. Thank you for continuing to support this channel. I'll go ahead and start it off by saying it the first of many times. The first try that Bongi Manambi had shouldn't have counted. It was a knock-on. We'll go ahead and start out with saying that, and I'll say that repeatedly through this video, but a 31-27 victory for the Springboks in front of a capacity crowd at Ellis Park, Johannesburg. Let's go ahead and go through a couple of the news and notes, some opinions, and look forward to next week in Cape Town. So just to kind of get a precursor here, apparently there was a flyover. The timing was a bit off for the Haka. There was a lot of noise in the stadium, and it seemed very disrespectful to Haka while the All Blacks were performing it. If you want to do that, that's fine. I wouldn't have, just out of respect for our brothers from New Zealand, Aotearoa. But it was what it was. They had the flyover with the Emirates plane. You saw the big logo on the bottom side of it. And we get the game started off. It's already, the All Blacks come out just firing, attacking. Less than a minute in, not rolling away penalty on the Springboks. They kicked a touch. I ended up having some feed issues at this point. I didn't get back into it until the 3rd minute. There was an obstruction penalty on the Springbok. And then at the 6th minute, All Blacks are pressuring. Fossey goes in with a high tackle. He does get the yellow card. They decide to kick to the corner of the All Blacks, and Cody Taylor off the line out makes it a 5-0 game. D-Mac does convert, making it 7-0 6 minutes into this. 15 minutes in, multiple phases. And we end up with a penalty for not releasing. 16th minute, a line-out leads to a Bongi Manambi try. And Sasha does miss the conversion, but once again, the try shouldn't have counted. It was a knock-on. That try shouldn't have counted. It's 7-5 at the 16th minute. 20th minute, not releasing on the All Blacks after TJ Perner box kick to Caleb Clark. We kick to touch. And nothing happens out of that. 25th minute, Ron Norkey goes out of the game with a bit of a facial laceration. He's going to have a black eye after that one. And Eben Etzebeth comes on. 28th minute, All Blacks not releasing penalty. And from 61 meters out, Sasha Feinberg threads the needle. My jaw drops to the floor immediately at this point. I could not believe that he made that kick. I don't think anybody could. So it is now 8-7 by way of the Springboks. 32nd minute, Caleb Clark out left. He gets the first of 2 on the day after an advantage caused by a Jasper Visa knock-on. D-Mac does shank it to the right. It is now 12-8. 35th minute penalty for holding onto the ruck to the All Blacks leads to another Sasha kick. He nails it. He is 2 of 3 on the day, and it is 12-11. 39th minute, Sasha attempts a drop goal. It's not even close. And then at the 39th minute, 57th second, a little bit of poor clock management from the veteran Bowden Barrett. He kicks it into touch, which means a line out to the Springboks because he kicked it before the 40th minute. Nothing really materializes out of it. I was hoping we're going to get something, but nothing really materializes out of that. We come back. It's 12-11 at half. We come back. 41st minute, Jordy Barrett, after just a freaking horrible turnover. We had a couple of those today. He does get it. D-Mac does nail it, and it is 19-11 at the 41st minute. 45th minute, Sasha gets a kick after not rolling away penalty on the All Blacks. Makes it 19-14. 46th minute, an off-the-feet penalty on the Springbok. And D-Mac kicks, and it is 22-14 at this point. And this is kind of where I start losing a little bit of interest. Kirtley is off for HIA at the 48th minute. Andre Pollard does come on. Kirtley never returned to the game. A no-arms tackle on the All Blacks right after that leads to another saucer kick. And he does nail at least 4 of 5 on the day, and it is 22-17. This is not the worst that it gets. Once again, Caleb Clark, the speedy wing that he can be, gets a try at the 52nd minute. DMAC does miss the conversion. It is 27-17. And it was right around this time where I was kind of really, really like, we're about to lose this game. We were losing grasp. We were playing horribly. Penalties. 60th minute, Sia goes off for a HIA. Right in between there in the 68th minute, I didn't catch it, but Ofa Tuanga Fasi gets a yellow card for repeated infringement, and it's not looking good. 68th minute, Quagga Smith off the line out, multiple phases. He crosses. Sasha does nail it. It is 27-24. Still the All Blacks with the lead. 74th minute, and this is about the time where the All Blacks really just start falling apart. The last 10 minutes of the game, penalty after penalty after penalty. Their bench is the problem. Grant Williams on advantage, gets it across. Way to go for the speedy backup scrum half. Sasha nails it. It is 31-27. 76th minute, another penalty on the All Blacks, not releasing. Sasha decides to kick. He does shank it to the left, and that ends up being the final score of 31-27. So once again, the first try from Bongi Manambi was a knock-on. It should have not counted. The first try from Bongi Manambi was a knock-on. It shouldn't have counted. He didn't ground it. The first try from Bongi Manambi was a knock-on. It wasn't grounded. It shouldn't have counted. That's the difference, the 5-point difference. That would have given you guys the victory. Okay, that's out of the way. I did notice early on in the game, the All Blacks doing some of the same tactics that Ireland did in game 2 to beat us in Durban. We would go to kick and they would put a wall up around their players. They did that for a while and then stopped doing it. And I think it was because Jordy Barrett is tall. He can go up for the ball. They did a lot of the same tactics Ireland did, except they didn't have the talent. And for all the Irish people I piss off in my videos all the time, there you go. They didn't have the talent that you guys had in game 2. They came out and tried to sock us in the mouth, and we recovered. Peter Steph-Tatoy, man of the match for them. For me, yeah, he was great. Quagga Smith was the man of the match. He came out and changed it. But yeah, you kind of went there, and I mean, neither team played particularly well. Even All Blacks fans have to admit, you didn't play particularly well. We didn't play. The Springboks didn't play particularly well. But we did enough to get the victory. You fell apart in the last 10 to 15 minutes of the game, and that's all you needed. Man, I'm old enough to remember the last 10 to 15 to 20 minutes of the game for the All Blacks, and that's when they run the score up on you. Not so much anymore. Not so much anymore. We saw a dejected Razor Robertson from the press booth. We saw his face. We saw, once again, same one he had when he lost to Argentina. It's that he's got a lot of work to do. Do I think he's the man to do it? Yes, I do. Are you going to be like you were in 2015 again? No, that's never happening again. That's never happening again. Are we going to be that good? Who knows? Right now, are we? No. No, we're not. The All Blacks are not a bad team. They just don't have any depth right now. Damian McKenzie is not the answer at 10. You need Richie Mo'unga. He is the answer at 10. Beauden Barrett with the flub right before the half, not that great. Jordy Barrett did well considering what happened the last time he faced the Springboks and getting his rib cage rattled by Peter Steph-Tatoy. Anybody that was watching in the second half, there was a run where, Cheslin Colby damn near put Scott Barrett on his ass. Scott Barrett tried to make a tackle, and Cheslin Colby bounced right off of him. Like, it wasn't a big deal for him. But the fact of the matter remains is that the All Blacks should have won this game with ease, and they fell apart in the last 10 minutes of the game. Now, my worry is you saw what happened when Argentina beat them in game 1 and then how they played in game 2. This was my number one complaint under the Fozzie era. That's what you did. You did it a lot. You'd win one game and then you'd shit it away. That's what you'd do. And then the next game, you'd be back at the top. It's just there's no consistency in the All Black camp anymore. Now, I think next week will be a completely different game. It's going to be in Cape Town, where the crowd will be a lot of All Blacks, Cape Town Crusaders fans, as they're called. But the reality is All Black fans, this isn't 2015 anymore. It's not your team anymore. Your armor is bright and shiny, but there are chinks in the armor. And it's obvious when you lose to a team like Argentina or us. You're not what you were. You're still a great team. You still have that history. You still have that legacy. And you're still better than most teams in the world. And honestly, you were better than the Springboks on the day. The scoreboard just didn't reflect it because the Bongi Manambi try shouldn't have counted. It was a knockoff. With that being said, we await another round next weekend in Cape Town Stadium. It's going to be loud. It's going to be crazy. And it's going to be a lot of All Blacks fans. So until next time, guys, be safe wherever you're at. Let's relish in this victory. Let's be happy that we got the win, and let's move on. Cheers, guys.